Hi, Lee, and everyone else on the 360 Art Drops channel. Welcome. If you like our channel, please like and subscribe and invite as many artists and musicians and small business owners as you can. So Lee, what got you into music?
I started really because I was engaged to a DJ, and during our house parties, he would show me the basics on how to start mixing different tracks. And then that's how I started. Then he had me open for his events. And then that led to other opportunities. One time I was at one of our local venues and I just asked, "Oh, can I just use your system and practice?" Then the owner came up to me and asked if I wanted to play a couple gigs there. And so
Oh,
that's
nice.
what really launched it.
Wow, that's really cool. So, how do you say your music evolved or since the first time you got put on as a DJ, and then how did it evolve over the times that you kept getting asked to DJ?
It really started out as a passion of mine. I've always been in the music scene for 20 years now, more than that.
Yeah,
And it's something that it's music is a source of healing for me. And that has led to just being immersed in the scene within the community and then just meeting different people. But really, it's practice when I have the chance to, with I am actually transitioning to my own business from full-time work. So I try to find time to actually practice, but also during my spare time, I would put mixes together and just put them out there for people to enjoy. And it's evolving as also the sounds evolve, and just listening, taking in input from different audiences and hearing what my friends prefer to listen to. So just merging all of that to create a sound that and also just meeting different people. Really, it's about connections and then seeing what resonates
and
because
skills and networking.
yes,
Were
yes,
you were you in
definitely.
San Francisco at that time?
I'm sorry.
Are you in San Francisco?
I am in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm just north across the Golden Gate Bridge right now.
Because I lived basically in California my whole life, well, 30 years of it, 30 years plus, and I feel like I may have seen you because I was in the house scene and I used to go out, but I never DJ'd or anything. I kind of thought, oh, it might be fun to do it now for just for fun. We don't have like the same kind of scene is not here. We don't have house music. We don't have like drum and bass or ambient like blue tack or any of that. We just have like trance, which I'm sorry, but I don't like trance. So, so those of you viewers out there, don't hate me for not liking trance, but I just don't like it. Yeah, and so you're getting into making your own healing type of music. I thought that was really interesting and like nice and soothing for the community.
Absolutely. It's actually house music that is more uplifting. And I enjoy adding lyrical house or tracks into my mixes because who doesn't want to be uplifted,
Yeah,
And I actually listen to my own mixes while I'm working throughout the day. So I also get to share it with my friends, and they've been giving me feedback and such, and how it keeps them energized also throughout the day.
yeah,
So just so that's one of the components of having music as your healing method, and also the creative arts in general. I highly recommend creative practices so that we can, because everyone has something to go
yeah.
to work through, and so just utilizing that as a form of healing, I would recommend it because it's worked for me. and I've heard others.
So how are you balancing this transition? It must be tough to like take it on as a full-time thing, you know, versus just like listening to it on the weekends or, you know, just when there's a gig coming up. Like, how are you balancing it in your whole life so that, you know, you can make that transition? How hard are you having a time?
It's been a gradual process. So
Okay.
patience is definitely necessary, which is something I've been learning because I I like to get things done.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get things done, you want to get them fast because you're like, okay, I already know what I want to do. I just need to have some time to get it done.
Absolutely. And it's the execution because I get ideas throughout the day all the time. And so it's just learning how to prioritize and knowing where to focus because I also get new songs or I start hearing songs that I haven't heard for 20 years in my head. And then I just have to remember, oh, I need to go look for that or include it in the next mix. But music is one of the components in what I'm starting to establish as part of a coaching business. And I am in the process of recording a series of videos on how I was able to overcome shyness and build my self confidence in order to actually put myself out there. And
Oh,
that's first and foremost, because if I were still shy like I was back then, I would not even be out there performing at all.
do you have the link to it or you're not going to put it out just yet?
And I have been putting them out as they are produced, and I'm pretty much a one person
You,
production
you
team.
want to put out the
So
link there or do you want to wait till you're like more developed?
I would like to wait a little bit to
Okay,
share that. I mean, the ones that have been produced are on my channel at the moment, and
okay.
but I would like to present the entire series in
I
its
hear you.
entirety.
I hear you. I feel the same way about this series. You're my 20th interviewee, and I feel like I just wanted to like make it a little more prominent before I start just letting everyone know, like, hey, I'm doing this podcast. And I feel like it's a good way for me to like connect to the community because I'm so far away. I'm in India and you know, like I went through something 5 years ago and it kind of led to my just to my relocation. And so I just, you know, wanted to like reconnect with the community that I know. And like mostly I was living in San Francisco Bay Area, but you know, anyone who's in the States or in Seattle, I went out there for a little bit and I really liked how they had the music out there and Monkey Loft and everything and underneath the bridge over there. It's really awesome. So yeah, it's kind of my way to do a podcast, but it's also my way to connect to the community members and do like networking and while I'm improving my skills.
Oh, absolutely. Any chance you'll be visiting soon?
I hope so. I hope like maybe early next year. I there's no timeline on it because I can't predict exactly like my father is like I live in a very strict family, so he has some rules, you know, on like how he wants me to get out there. If I do get out there, like get under like a safe, you know, a safe kind of atmosphere because I lived in Arizona and it wasn't my cup of tea and you know things that were bad happened over there, so I just never want to go back.
I see, completely understand.
I would like never have moved there, but my parents wanted to move to like a cheaper, you know, like nicer place. And at that time, it made sense to them. But for me, I told them this is not a good idea, but you know, nobody listened to me. So.
Oh, well, everything's a learning experience,
Yeah,
and we just have to appreciate what has happened so that it because it contributed to where it's led us now.
Exactly. Exactly. And bad stuff happens to everyone. It's not like it's just you can't compare somebody's trauma issue to another person's trauma issue. And a lot of us people who like to get into music and arts, I heard Ill Gates say that there was like 72 or 73% of musicians and artists who are mentally we in some way affected, either just through our experiences, or I heard him say that in one of his podcasts.
Well, I can certainly relate. I haven't heard that stat, but I can relate because, well, we're looking for meaning in
Yeah,
certain.
and the meaning and the purpose for us all comes in that music and or dance or yoga or arts. And I actually I've like sold my paintings all over the world, to Germany, Austria. I've been doing arts since I moved to the city when I was about 20, 23, 24. So yeah, I feel like I might have seen you out or something. That would,
Probably.
yeah, wouldn't that be funny? So what advice would you give to somebody who's starting in music or starting in the arts community?
Just let what's in your heart out, because a lot of the times, I hear this all the time, where people they're in their day job and they don't find time to work on what their true passion is.
Uh-huh.
And I just feel like, oh, then what is really your outlet? And and so I could just sense it all building up, within them. And for myself as well, I, was focused on my career and such, and my kids, my family, and I didn't really explore this area before. Although in high school, my girlfriends and I, we wanted to be, and this was late 90s, we wanted to be the first female DJ group. And
That's so
that
cute.
didn't happen, obviously, because we all went on our separate career paths. And then, so now it's full circle. And, I felt like, okay, so I've been in the scene, and I was a dancer, at Ruby Sky and such, for a while
Oh,
at
nice.
15. And so I worked closely, with everyone, although in a different capacity. So then it wasn't until, and I have to give props to my former fiance for teaching me, and also for giving me the exposure initially, and then it's just up to everyone to take it from there. And it's, how big is the flame within you to let it out.
Yeah, like
So
how did you, like, when you were dancing or DJing, how did you connect with the crowd so you could uplift the crowd? Like, how did you know to, like, how could you sense it?
everything's a feeling, I have to say. And
Yeah.
it's either, eye contact with, members of the crowd, or, even sometimes they'll give verbal, recognition and such, but it's it's being part of the entire environment, I would say. And as a dancer, I always thought that we complemented whomever was the DJ performing, and then also part of the ambiance. So each time it's setting a vibe, and it's also reading the crowd, and taking feedback from the audience as well. So
Yeah,
it's
like
that
intuition.
engagement. Yes, exactly, exactly.
Did you get
And
like commissioned to like do any type of music or?
not at this time yet, but so far it's been birthday parties and, weddings more recently. And so I have been asked by my friend who recently opened a cafe in San Francisco called Hungry Cafe.
Oh,
And
nice.
so he wants to test out a concept of doing day parties up there. So I just need to find time to go visit.
What was your favorite track that you've produced so far out of all the tracks that you've
Oh, I so far actually it's been mixing, although I did receive, well, I do have lyrics to a song, and so I am waiting to have that produced.
Are you gonna sing?
So far,
Oh my gosh, that's
I'm sorry.
exciting. Are you gonna
Yeah.
sing?
Oh, I
Exciting.
would need to, I would need to get some voice training first,
Oh,
but I
go
would hope
for
so.
it. Just go for
Oh,
it.
that's great advice.
What
I
what
would give it a
oh
shot.
sorry, what'd you say?
So at this time, I'm mixing other artists' music. And so, but listening out for the sounds that I would want to be included in that one song.
If you ever need some like background Indian like instrumental vocals, I'll like save a song just for you.
Oh, thank you very
Because
much.
I have I've done like a basically a concert with mridangam, and which is mridangam and violin. Mridangam is like a drums, it's like a two-sided drum. And I had this concert done when I was younger, and I'm just trying to get it basically transferred or into a different format so that you can use it. I promised one other friend that I was gonna give him one, so I'll save a song for you too.
Okay,
Just
thank
remind
you.
me.
Certainly will. Thank you so much. And
What?
that would be something very unique also.
Yeah. What was your favorite like event that you participated in?
The more recent ones, I would say Thanksgiving, only because of the group of friends who were there. They are, well, they call themselves music snobs. So for me, that was a tough crowd, but always a welcome challenge. And they were dancing, so that's to me is the indicator
Yeah,
of people enjoying music.
and like what so your favorite piece of music is one of the healing ones that you've done so far?
Oh, my favorite piece. I have so many. Well, the mixes that I have up so far are more for dancing, and so
Okay,
it's to
nice.
energize the body, and it always fills the soul up. I have to say, and so far my most recent ones, so evolution and also illumination, those two are my favorite mixes so far. They always have positive messages, and I was told by a friend that the lyrics within evolution are very powerful, and
Nice.
so
I
that's
made
what
my
I'm aiming for.
song with Liquid. Liquid, he actually produced my poetry in his song for the Pham compilation, which is like last year they had a together a group of songs that would help some of the artists going through some difficulties, and I got to be a part of that. That was nice. I haven't produced any kind of other music, but Liquid actually produced the music for me. His name's Lykwid.
Okay, I will certainly look them up.
Maybe I'll send
That's
you
amazing.
the song afterwards.
Yes,
After
please.
we're done. But I wanted to thank you so much. Do you have any like other types of advice for being an international artist, or would you and your friends maybe consider coming to India? Coming
I
to
know, I
India.
would love to.
and throw an event out here.
And I'm sure, anyone I asked would be willing as well. And yes,
That'd
we
be
would
so
love
nice
to.
to see your face. I'm trying to figure out a way to come over there and like, go on like some sort of like art a tour, maybe like in a van or something and just go to some events because I
Yes,
haven't been to any in like 5 years or longer than that. So
and
like I'm like deprived of music.
and it's so needed.
Yeah.
Um, I'm hoping you're finding other ways to
Um,
actually be.
yeah, just the podcast is keeping me like sustained and my sanity like uplifting. And that way when I do come out there, maybe I can visit the people that I've podcasted. It'd be
For
nice.
sure. Yes.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to stay here too when you visit. So
Um, so is there anything else you wanted to share with us?
at
Any
this,
challenges? Any big I guess the singing production would be like one of your really big events that you're gonna do in your life.
that would be just
Yeah, I can't
territory,
wait.
uncharted territory for me because I never thought that I would ever, put my voice out there. So,
Yeah,
it's definitely something new to explore.
yeah, I can't
Um,
wait for you to do that.
thank
Okay,
you.
so it was really great having you. And if there's anything else you wanted to say before we ended, then you're most welcome to.
Appreciate it. Just and thank you so much for having this channel be, something for creatives to have a place to collaborate, connect, and also contribute to each other because I'm all about, cross-pollination and seeing, making those connections and such. So thank you first and foremost. And then also anyone getting started, just get over any type of fear because it's all in your head and step out of the comfort zone to continually challenge yourself and expand.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lee. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll,
Thank you,
we'll talk
Sophie.
again. We'll have you on again at like a few months' time when you had your singing singing uh tracks released.
Well, now I have a target
Yeah,
target timeline.
yeah. No, it's not a target. You just have to just do it. And whenever you do it and you're ready to share with us some more news, you're most welcome to let me know whenever you want to be on again.
Thank you very much. I'll certainly share it with you.
Bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Much love.
Bye.